Okay. So digital image processing is one such subject which has lots of practical applications, and we will be going through a number of things in this, like how the image is processed, what the image consists of, and how do you do some image processing, like how can you crop an image, how can you edit an image, what are the various uses of it. All these things we'll be going through in this. A very interesting subject, and I would like to say that this has some numericals, but not that difficult. So it's going to be easy, but one small thing is we have to concentrate a bit. Maybe we will try this online class, that is live class, for some days. Give me your feedback, and later we can shift as per your convenience. I have also created a Google Classroom, wherein we can use that Google Classroom, and we can do a number of things there, like we can do some assignments, and we can also solve the assignments and get the various things done there. So first we will go through your small introduction. So here in the introduction, what we'll try to do is, I'll just give you a glimpse of what the subject consists of. Like I will tell you what all the various things we need to study in this. So first we'll have a glance of your subject lesson plan, so that we'll come to know what all are the things we need to have. So yeah, this is how your lesson plan is, it will look like. So as you all know, with the marks which was divided was 60-40, that is something like this. You can see here. The final marks will be for 60 and your internals will be for 40 marks. So we have divided it accordingly, and this is the same scheme which you have already seen in your 6th sem. So going forward, one very major thing we need to have here is we need to know some of the basics of your signals and systems, like you should know what is sampling and such things, so that you will, 1 second. Yeah, I welcome you back. So you need to understand some basics of your signals and systems, like how you will be doing your sampling, how you will be doing your convolution, all those things, a bit basics, not much required. I will give you the introduction and I will give you the glimpses whenever it is required. And apart from that, one major thing is we can implement this concepts of digital image processing with the help of either your Python or MATLAB, or also you can use your C and C++. Any one of these can be used. So all the concepts, whatever we study here in the theory classes, could be implemented with the help of your practicals. But the problem is we don't have a practical class, so you need to do it on your own. But I'll be giving you assignments, that is programming assignments. You can solve those programming assignments. So that is very essential. You need to learn the programming aspects of this subject, which would be very helpful for your career. Now, coming to career aspects, You might have heard of all your various upcoming buzzwords like machine learning and all those things. So when you hear of those buzzwords, it is nothing but you will be processing the images. So if you want to process an image, there are n number of methods. So deep learning is one, deep learning or machine learning, or even your artificial intelligence, all those comes there. But in this subject, you will be listening or you will be studying about how the image is processed, like what the image consists of, which we usually know. And apart from that, we will also come to know how to process an image, some mathematical aspects related to the image. So all these things we will be going through in this subject. So you can learn these concepts and apply in the deep learning or in your machine learning concepts. So that once you get to know how the image is processed, you can do the rest of the things. So that is one major thing. So apart from that, so when you see the lesson plan, so prerequisites we require are linear algebra and some concepts of linear algebra basically, and differential equations. So a bit of differential equations. As I told you, we would require signals and systems. Helpful theoretical concepts or knowledge into a programming thing. Now coming to your course objectives, that is what are the objectives, what do you learn out of this whole subject. So here the course objectives would be, you need to understand various things. One second, there is some issue in the system. So I hope it is visible now. Yeah. So one thing which is essential here is the objectives, whatever are the objectives you will be coming across. So you will be understanding the fundamentals of digital image processing. Then after that, you will be understanding how the image is transformed. That is, what could be the various transformations we can use in digital image processing. Then we can go ahead and learn the various concepts like image enhancement and restoration. So these are the very important things, enhancement and restoration things. Why? Because the same concepts you can use and you can go ahead and modify your images as and when required. Finally, we will be also studying some morphological operations, which is very much essential to do your practical concepts. Then finally, we'll go to the segmentation. So this is the course objective. These all are the things which we will be studying in this subject. So basically, you will be going through all the various transforms, then enhancement, restoration, and segmentation. So this is very much essential. And coming to your various methods. So these are the various methods we'll be applying. That is chalk and board if we start with offline. Else we need to go with the PPT. And I'll be giving you some assignments and also some web resources wherein you can easily study. So coming to mode of assessments, you can see here, as you already know, there is nothing much to tell here. IA would be around 30% of the marks and assignment would be around 10% of the marks. And later we will be reducing it to 40 marks, that is 30 for internals and 10 for assignments. So this is mode of assessment and all those things. Okay. So coming to your syllabus, we'll start with the module 1. first. Then we will go ahead and decide what should be the next module. So for now, we will start with your module 1, wherein it consists of all the basic things. So first in the module 1, we will try to touch upon what actually is this digital image processing, that is DIP, and we will also touch upon where all this DIP is used, that is what are the various applications. Then we'll go ahead and try to check upon the fundamental steps, that is various fundamental steps which we will be going through. Like just now we have seen restoration, enhancement. So all these things we will be going through. Then we will try to touch upon the visual perception and how the image is sensed and how the image is acquired. That is how you can acquire a particular image and how you can take only some concepts which are required in that image. Like say for example, there is a picture wherein you are standing with the car, but the image of our interest is you, the individual. So therefore, we will be taking only that portion of the image, that is you standing, and we will be neglecting the car. So this is what will be required, that we will be studying in the module number 1. Then finally, as I was telling upon, you will be touching upon this sampling and quantization, which are already studied in your DC, digital communication, as well as the sampling part we have also studied in your signals and systems. Going ahead, we will be also going through your linear and non-linear operations, which is very much essential. So the module 1 is basically all the basic concepts which are very much essential to understand the rest of the class. So therefore, we need to go through this module number 1 first as the basics. Then we'll move ahead to your module number 2, wherein we will be studying your various transformation techniques. Okay. So after studying the various transformation techniques, we will be going through the histogram. I hope some of you who are image processing enthusiasts might have heard of this histogram analysis. What is histogram and how the histogram is analyzed? How do you study the histogram? All those things we will be going through in your module number 2. Then going ahead, to do all these things, we require one major thing, which is filters. So we'll be going through these filters. We have various filters which have to be studied. So we'll be studying the various filters. So that will be covered in your module number 2. Going ahead, the next very important thing we have is your DFT techniques, discrete Fourier transform, which you already studied in your DSP, that is digital signal processing. So we'll be using the same concepts here in your DIP, and we'll try to restore an image, or we'll try to study an image how using this DFT techniques. And we'll be also going through some properties. What are the different properties of DFT? How do you measure the DFT and all that is in all those things? We'll try to do this in both the domains, both the frequency domain as well as your time domain. So these all things will come in your module number 2, very much important. We'll start with the filters. We'll go to histogram analysis. Then we'll come to your DFT techniques. And we'll move ahead with the third module. So in the third module, as you can see here, we'll try to work upon your noise. So as you might have already known that noise means we usually get scared. That is, it's very difficult, we can say, to handle the noise. So therefore, that we'll be studying, going through in your module number 3, how to handle the noise, how to filter the noise, and all those things we'll see in your module number 3. We will also try to come upon some noise reducing techniques, wherein how we can reduce the noise. So one such technique is nothing but you are using the VNR filter. We'll be using a VNR filter and using the VNL filter, we will try to reduce the noise. Other method is you're using your least square method. Again, it is a filtering method. We will be using that as well. Then finally, in the last module, that is module number 4, not the last module. So here we will be studying upon your wavelets, how the wavelets are expanded, how the wavelets are resolved, and all those things we will be seeing in this module. That is module number 4. And apart from that, we'll start to touch upon your color models, how the color image is processed, what are the various things in your color images. All those things we'll try to see in this. And finally, going to your last module, which is module number 5. Here we'll try to do your edge detection. So edge detection becomes very important. We need to know what actually is this edge detection. As I just now told you, edge detection is one such thing wherein you can filter out your image. That is, say for example, I want, say your 5 friends are standing in an image, and I want to take upon only two friends. Then in that case, you need to do this edge detection, which becomes very much essential. Using edge detection, you can remove out only 2 friends who are essential and neglect the rest of the friends. So this is what is your edge detection. After finishing upon that edge detection, we need to go upon, or we need to touch up your morphological watersheds. How do you do your representations? All those things we'll be seeing in morphological aspects. Okay. I request you to switch off your camera and audio. Okay, I guess so. A division students are joining now. Anyways, so this was all about your lesson plan. So this is what we'll be doing. Okay, so I guess so some people are leaving it. Anyways, we'll start the syllabus from the next class, not today. We'll just have a glance of what we have been doing. That is what we are planning to do. So we'll go through this whole thing, and we will again touch upon the rest of the things in the next class. Okay. So thank you, friends. We'll meet in the next class. We'll start with the syllabus, and we will touch upon the various